đâu có nhớ luôn gì mà li ua lu nu lu li chỉ đâu có nhớ chán tuôn thì lẽ mùa bóng tu nàng gì lu giờ tao có lo cú tu mà lu lu chỉ bu có khử chỉ giờ có tới lu mà li chia đâu có nhớ chỉ xứ e giờ cũ mà li ua tu mu khử bỏ tao mỗi ít tu nè qua cả chia cũ lo nhỏ dễ dễ e lần thọ có nhỏ ok e lần thọ có xí tới nè họ thành có của chia ly vừa ta vì nhẹ nhẹ có ý lăng xa giờ tiếc có chỉ tao mua tu cả có bỏ cả u của tu lu na chỉ bu có chỉ mà li ua đâu có nhớ luôn gì mà li ua lu nu lu li chỉ đâu có nhớ chán tuôn thì lẽ mùa mong tuôn nàng gì lu giờ tao có lo cú tu mà lu lu chỉ bu có khử chỉ giờ có tới lu mà li chia đâu có nhớ chỉ xứ e giờ cũ mà li ua tu mu khứ lẽ mùa mong tu nàng gì nhỉ giờ tao có cũ tu kia mà lu lu chỉ bu có kia mà li ua trời li có xia mà li ua trời li có nhẹ mà trên thu có mùi plia đâu có nhớ luôn gì mà li ua lu nu lu li chỉ đâu có nhớ chán tuôn thì lẽ mùa mong tu nàng gì lu giờ tao có lo cú tu mà lu lu chỉ bu có khử chỉ giờ có tới lu mà li chia đâu có nhớ chỉ xứ e giờ cũ mà li ua tu mu khứ mùa mong tu nàng gì nhỉ giờ tao có cú tu kia mà lu lu chỉ bu có kia mà li ua trời li có xia mà li ua trời li có nhẹ mà trên thu có mùi plia
What's up, everybody? What's up? Let me go ahead and kill this screen here. Oh, that's a good song too. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, what's going on, everybody? If you guys are on this live right now, going to give us a shout out. We'll give you a shout out as well on the show. Let me hide this screen here. Give us a second, Robert. I know I can hear you on the back end. But guys, welcome to the show. I think I got a true hustler out here in California. I gotta ask him where he's at. I think he's in Fresno. But this is something I don't know anything about this particular topic. Robert's gonna come on here and talk about this particular subject here. So, man, hey, Go New, what's up, Chai? I didn't know you listen to MTT songs. I love C, man. So sorry he passed away, man. I feel bad, but I love his song, so I just love playing it. So, um, Yang goes, hey, definitely MTT songs. So yeah, those of you guys in California, give us a thumbs up. We'd like to see if you guys are in California. If you're not in California, which I believe where Robert's from, let us know where you're at, and we'll give you guys a shout out on the show. So let me go ahead and bring Robert on the show. Oh, by the way, you guys seen me advertise about our Hmong Millionaires Conference. It's August 25th, 26th. Ooh, it's gonna be lit, guys. If you guys are interested, sign up. We're already 25% full already. We're gonna teach about stock investing, we're gonna teach about real estate investing, and we're gonna bring millionaires to the conference to talk. And these are just Hmong millionaires that has made it, to talk about how they made it and how they're managing their money and how life is being a millionaire. So, if you guys are interested, I would suggest you guys sign up, because this might be the only conference that we're probably ever gonna do, because I'm trying to round up all these millionaires. All right, so sign up if you guys want to be a millionaire. This is pretty much the best route to go and learn from. So, without waiting, let me go ahead and get Robert on the show. What's up, Robert?
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, all right, cool, man. So, guys, welcome to Hmong Hustlers 66, show 66. We're talking a little about the solar company, right? Solar industry, man. Dude, I don't
Yeah,
know anything
solar.
about this,
Yeah.
man. Dude, so, dude, where are you from, by the way? I think California, right?
Yeah. I'm from Fresno, California. I actually grew up in Merced.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I grew up in Merced. I was born in Fresno, grew up in Merced, and now I'm back in Fresno. So
Cool, cool. I see Laura says she's from Fresno. I don't know if you know Laura. I mean, how big is how big is Fresno, man? You guys walk around and say, "Hey, I know you," or anything like? I mean, I don't know. Is Fresno pretty big with Hmong people?
it is a pretty big place for Hmong people. I don't know Laura specifically, but now I do. So if I see her, I'll definitely say hi.
Okay. All right. So I'm for Fresno. Okay. So she says she's okay. So awesome. Yeah. So you guys, if you guys let us know where you guys at. We just love this to give you guys a shout out, so we know where our viewers are looking or watching us from as well. So yeah, Fresno. I mean, you say where were you born, bro?
I was born in Fresno.
Oh, and then you moved to
Oh, my
Merced.
parents didn't live in Fresno, but they had me at my uncle's house. So I was born at home in Fresno, and then raised in Merced,
Yeah.
then and then I went to college in CSU Stanislaus in Turlock.
Uh huh.
And when I finished, I moved to Fresno, where my wife is from.
Okay, so you came back home.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
how old are you, man? You look like you're like 22 or something.
I actually just turned 33 on the 22nd this month, so just about a week ago.
Damn, damn. So we were talking. This guy owns you're kind of like partnership with this company, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you mean this guy's a business owner? I know he makes lots of money. And so ask questions, guys, because he's a business owner, right? So we're gonna talk about the solar company, how he got into it. So yeah, man, dude, did you go to college at all?
I did. I went to CSU Stanislaus, and I finished in business marketing. So I knew I was
Damn.
going to get into some sort of business for sure.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably the best route is business marketing.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
marketing is pretty valuable. Because as long as business is business, but marketing is if you got to know how to market your business to keep it
yeah.
successful.
Especially you're in sales, right?
Yeah, sales and marketing. But
Yeah,
I would think marketing is number one, because you got to get known first, and then and use the sales stuff to close. So yeah, bro. Cool. So like, damn, since you're only 22, how'd you get started?
No, I'm I'm 33. I wish I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
22 again.
So yeah, how'd you get started in this industry?
Um, well, sales in general, I got started because of my wife, actually.
Uh-huh.
Um, because especially our Hmong community, right? We're 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 raised by our parents to be like, oh, become a doctor, a lawyer, or be in a nice office where it's cool, whatnot.
Yeah.
So when I finished college, I couldn't find a job, even with a degree, right? Like during that time, minimum wage was $8.50 an hour, and I wanted a job that would pay at least $14 an hour, and I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
find a job. And my wife actually found a sales job for me on Craigslist at the time when Craigslist was still popping,
Damn.
and
Yeah.
I took the job, and it turned out I was a natural sales guy.
Nice. So so I mean, what? Selling solar panels? Is that what it is? Or what is it?
Yeah, so no, so about nine-ish years ago, I started looking into solar because I already had a ton of experience doing door to door selling direct TV services, right?
Oh, because was that your first job after
No,
college?
no, my first job was selling house phones. I was selling Vonage.
Okay,
And
okay.
believe it or not, I was killing it,
Yeah.
straight out of college, selling house phones, making minimum $3,000 a month. I was making more than most people
Damn.
that that had a degree, And then I kind of I was only doing that for like 5 months until I kind of built that confidence to where I was like, you know what, I want to go doing straight commission and not hourly commission anymore,
Yeah.
right? So I jumped to DirecTV, and I only did that for a year, but right off the bat, I was doing really well. I was making 2 to 3 grand a week doing DirecTV.
Dude, that's a lot of money,
it was
back
it
that
was a
time.
lot of money,
Yeah.
but at the time, that's what kind of taught me to understand how valuable my time is to me. Right, time is my part of my asset. Where I was working so much, 6 7 days a week, I'm knocking doors at least 12 to 14 hours a day. So even though I was making money, I didn't have time to spend it.
Well, tell me about that because door to door is hard, man. So, like, tell me about that. Like, I mean, I'm sure the first few doors you knocked on, like first few hundred, you're like, man, they're closing the doors on you. So, like,
No, no, actually, the the one thing for me was, I didn't have the fear of rejection,
okay,
right? So it kind of came natural to me on knocking doors. Direct TV was actually the first time I did door to door, and my very first day, I sold 7 deals, right? And out of that 7 deals, I was making like $1,000. So I was like, "Holy crap, this is easy."
right, right. Holy cow, that's a lot of money. Dude,
Yeah.
it's like,
So solar, Direct TV was a lot of money then if you grind.
yeah, yeah. Wow, dude. Wow. Okay, so I mean, all right. So you went. I mean, I guess it wasn't a big deal for you. I mean, just knocking on doors. I mean, what? I mean, what kept you going? I mean, I guess that's the point. Because I did that for a
My
while, and I
why,
was
right?
like,
You want to know my why?
yeah, what was because I did that for like a weekend. I was like, man, forget this.
So what kept me going was I wanted how I grew up, right? My parents were on the welfare system, so I grew up in poverty. I didn't really have, I didn't really get anything I wanted growing up. You never get it,
Yeah.
uh, and I didn't want my kids to grow up that way. uh, when I started in sales, I was my before I got the job because I went 5 months unemployed when I finished college because I had that pride of, hey man, I got my degree. I wanted to find a hourly paid job or a salary, and I couldn't get it until my wife just kind of like, hey, my wife was working 2 jobs at the time, right? 12
Damn.
hours a day. She was pregnant with our second son, and I'm just like, man, like my wife is working hard every single day while I'm just home bumming, just watching my first son. So my why when I started being successful in sales, I was like, I want to set a pathway for my kids so that way they don't ever have to grow up poor like I did, right?
Hmm.
And not have to make the mistakes that I also made in life due to my parents not having money.
Gotcha. So I guess Linda was saying, I can hear an echo. Can you let's see, can you lower the volume and see if that works for you?
Oh, teach us how you overcame the fear or the lack thereof in terms of rejection. Um, so I was what kind of got me out of that fear, right, was I was one of those jockey kids growing up in middle school and high school playing sports. So I was one of those kids where I love to talk to girls, right? So it kind of came to the point where it's like, oh man, like I don't care if a girl likes me or not, whether I'm good looking or I'm ugly or whatever. And I kind of like put myself on that pedestal to where I don't care what you think of me, right? I'm gonna do me, and I still keep that same mentality today,
Hmm.
right? Don't us Hmong people, our mindset is bred by our parents to make us feel like, oh, we have to worry about what people think of us or how they view us. And for me, because the way that I felt like the clan was treating my parents, right? It made me grow up with the mentality of I don't give a shit what people think of me,
Hmm.
right? So that kind of helped me overcome the fear of focus on me. So then, therefore, I wasn't scared anymore. People had that fear because they fear of how their community or their family members gonna think of them, and that's what creates the fear. Do you? And I promise you, that fear will go away.
Gotcha. There you go, Linda. Hey, I want to ask this quick question here. Well, before we skip to the other one, he says, "When do you plan on retiring, Robert?"
Um, when when do I plan on retiring? Not anytime soon. Because I have very big projects that I'm working on. That is which I'll explain a little later along. Where for me now, my passion is not about money, but more about the environment and also helping other countries, right? So I really want to make our community and our name, the Hmong people, to be known not just by people here in California or in the U.S., but in all other countries. So that's something that I'm very passionate about, which I'll share a little later. So I don't think, man, I if God or whatever it is that will allow me to live to 100 years old, I'll probably continue to work until I fulfill my destiny and my dreams.
Gotcha, gotcha. Man, you hear the echo? Is it me or is it just you guys hear the echo? Give me a yes if you
I
guys hear
don't
it.
I don't hear the echo at all.
I think it's just me then. So hopefully it goes away. All right, so cool. So like, all right, so get since we're talking about the solar industry, like, when did you get into it? How did you get into it? Is it still you just progress into that position?
Yeah, so about 9 years ago, oh, they hear echo. No, let me move my laptop
Yeah,
real
just lower
quick.
the
It could
volume,
potentially be
or
me. Let me put on top of a book or something. It might be vibrating from the computer desk that I have. Is it still echoing?
I think is it me when I talk? No, it's not echoing
I don't
anymore.
know. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
it
hear
seems
you
fine
echo
now.
at all.
It seems fine now. There, it
Okay,
sounds better
so
now. Yeah.
what progressed me into solar was I've been looking to solar a little bit already. When I was ready, like when I was crushing it and doing direct TV, I got tired of knocking so much every single day and never having time with family. And I wanted to look into something that was still door to door because I was really good at that, but not work less and make more money,
Hmm.
right? And so about 9 years ago, I jumped into solar and learned about it. And, right off the bat, like my first month in solar, I made 28 grand, right? So I was like, holy crap. I still put the same amount of work that I had when I did direct TV because the work ethic, right? Like you're still young, you're hungry, you had that drive, but making 28 grand, I was like, whoa, like I didn't have to convince over 100 customers to sign up to make 28 grand. I didn't have to, like direct TV, the most I've ever made on a weekly basis is 3 grand, right? So every month at the most, I reached a plateau to where I couldn't pass 12 grand,
Well,
right?
explain that. Is it because it's 28 grand? Is it because you're selling something more expensive now, or is it because you're just
Correct. It's because it's a more expensive product, right? Like Direct TV, your monthly payment was like 20, or like if you at the most like $100 a month at the time, right? So you get small commissions. To our solar, you're looking at a 25-year contract, so you're making a few grand per contract,
how much again?
a few grand.
Holy
Well,
cow!
when I first started, I made less money, right? So I was making probably like $1,500 to $2,000 at most per deal that I sold. But like I was a hustler, so
Hell
I
yeah,
grind.
1,500 per contract. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean that's if holy cow. Yeah, that's a lot of money just to sell one contract. So
Yeah.
so wow. So tell me. So I mean, those of you guys had question with solar. I mean, dude, this is the guy to ask. So I mean, I don't know anything about it. So tell me, like, if somebody was to come up to me and goes, "Hey, they're trying to sell me," I mean, I get this all the time. I get the phone calls and stuff. Is that what you do? Are you a sales guy, or are you right now your current position? Are
I
you a sales guy, or
I
you're
don't I
like,
don't do sales anymore.
yeah,
But because I've been sold for so long that I still get a lot of referrals,
yeah,
right? People's always referring friends and family to me, and I'll be like, "Hey, can I send a manager?" I'm like, "No, it has to be you." And I get it. If I send a manager, I have to pay them commission, so they can't give a deal that I can because I can make a split decision if I give them a better deal or not, right?
so
So
educate us a little bit, right? So if somebody comes in and say, "Hey, you want to buy solar?" What's the first thing we want to look for?
oh, if you want solar.
Like if somebody just say, "Hey, I want to sell you some solar," what's considered a good deal for solar, or if it is it even a good deal? I mean, do you have it right now?
So the first thing you have to understand if solar makes sense for you is that do you have multiple discounts on your utility bill, right? Because when
Uh
it
huh.
comes with solar, we still have to show you some type of savings. And
Right.
like let's say I live I'm in Fresno, we're PG&E territory, right? Pacific Gas and Electric. And when you have multiple discounts, such as like say care discount, medical baseline discount, where someone in the house is medically ill and they have to be a certain temperature, so they get that discount. There's FARA discount. There's senior citizen discount. There are multiple discounts that you could qualify for.
Yeah.
And if you have multiple discounts to where it's cheaper than than solar, don't go solar, right?
Oh,
But if you
gotcha.
only have one or the other of discount, the most common is care, or have no discount at all. Then I'm a tier right now, especially in PG&E territory. There's gonna be guaranteed savings for you, no matter what, just because they're so expensive right now, right? So that's
Okay.
one understanding how you're getting paid charged right now with your tier rate with utility companies.
What's
Two,
I mean, what's the contract look like
no,
then?
so when it comes to solar, there's multiple contracts, right? In terms of years, you have 5 years, 7, 10, 12, 15, 20, 25, and 25 is the most common.
Yeah.
Some companies just started 30 again, right? So 25 or 30, but I would say 25 is more the sweet spot. I feel like 30 is just a little bit too long.
So when do you start
Um,
saving the savings if that's the case?
you actually start seeing the savings immediately once you start paying your solar bill.
Oh, but you're still forking out the money for the product, right? To
No,
like oh
no,
no, how does that work?
no.
I don't know. Yeah.
So for let me give you an example of one of my family members that I actually just signed up the other day, right?
Yeah.
So currently, right now in PG&E territory here in California, we're on what is called time of use, peak hours, right? So you have morning, afternoon, and nighttime. The peak hours that's expensive is during the peak hours of 3 to 9 p.m. 3 to 9 p.m., you're getting charged 43 cents a kilowatt, whereas the morning and nighttime, you're getting charged 35 cents a kilowatt, right? So if you do the math that's in between 35 and 43 cents, the average rate is 38 cents in between, right? So, for example, one of my family members I just signed up on Monday, their average bill at 38 cents per kilowatt hour, which they were using like 12,057 kilowatt hours. I have a pretty good memory, right? They were paying on average about $388 a month,
Okay.
right? I made the system 120% offset. And that's one of the most important things. The offset is how much power you're using. So the 12,057 kilowatt hours was 100% offset for this customer. But when I made the system 120% offset, it was producing 14,500 kilowatt hours for the customer, right? So not only are they getting 20% more production than what they used in the past 12 months, the monthly payment was only $164. So I
So what?
literally cut the, go
So
ahead.
what is it? Is it like so? You're when we say solar, you're putting something on the roof, right? That's the only thing I'm thinking,
Correct.
right? But
Correct.
you're saying they're not paying for that, or
No, so the $164 is their financing monthly payment that's fixed for 25 years. You
okay, and
see?
then all
And,
right, and then
and, and
the difference on that is what they
the,
pay
the
with the electricity. The electricity.
no, because if I'm giving you 120% offset, it means that the system is going to produce more power than what you normally use because you're using 12,000. I'm giving you 14,500, right? So now you're getting 2,500 kilowatt hours more. That's like almost like another month and a half of power that you use on average. Add it onto your system that's going to produce more. That's
Yeah.
one. Two, your bill was cut by more than half. 388 to 164, right? So I cut your bill in half. Your monthly payment of the 164 is buying the system. So when you go solar, you don't pay for the utility company anymore. You pay for the solar system. You're producing your own power,
Damn.
right?
So you're saying if that's what you're saying, I'm paying 164 for the solar device. I guess what do you call it? What do you call it? It's device or solar
The
company or
solar system,
the solar system, right? But I
correct.
still need some sort of backup system, which is the electricity company, right?
No, yes. So I'm glad you brought that up. That's why there's a contract called NEM, Net Energy Metering. So basically, that contract is in place because, for example, here in PG&E, your solar system still has to be connected to the grid, right?
Yeah.
So because of that process, that's called net energy metering, to where you basically become a merchant of PG&E. So every 12-month cycle, PG&E will do what is called a true up, right? Let's say your system is producing 14,500. They do a
Mhm.
true up on how much power you use throughout the year to determine if you owe them or they owe you. So
Oh
let's say
wow.
you only use 12,000 kilowatt hours again.
Hmm.
You have 2,500 kilowatt hours left over, right? Then PG&E is obligated to buy that power from you and give you a credit.
Damn.
But if you end up using more than the 14,500 kilowatt hours, then you'll end up owing them because you end up using more power from the grid. Does
Right.
that
Which
make
you
sense?
won't because you might.
Well, I mean, as long as I give you more than 100%, it's
Right.
very unlikely that you won't have a true up. But even during the presentation, I train my guys to ask various questions, such as, like I say, let's say I'm sitting with you presenting to you, right, Chai? Like, Chai, for the past 12 months, are you a conservative user or do you use power freely?
I use freely.
You use freely, right? So
Yep.
therefore, I know that you can't really do much more to use more power. Now, you're planning to add a swimming pool, a jacuzzi, or adding on an electric vehicle,
Yep. Yes. So I got a
right?
pool.
Let's
I'm gonna
let's say
I
you say
order
let's
that
say
the
you say, oh,
new
I'm gonna
Cybertruck.
add a
Yeah.
jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, for example, okay, if you're gonna add a jacuzzi, right? Jacuzzi, we already know on average annually, you're probably gonna spend about 2,500 to 3,500 kilowatt hours per year. Okay.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to a swimming pool, it used to be around 5 or 6,000 kilowatt hours annually, but because technology-wise, the pump system is better now. It's not run daily anymore. It's only run 6 or 8 hours a day. Now you're only using it again around like around like 3,000 or 4,000 kilowatt hours throughout the year, right? So we know how to build a system to accommodate for those things. And let's say you say, hey, you're gonna get a Cybertruck, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I already know. Now, I already know that Tesla 1 mile is 4 kilowatt hours, right? So I had a customer in the past where he told me, "Hey, I drive about total to work and back 120 miles, right? So let's just do the math for that. He said 120 miles there and back. Now that's 4 kilowatt hours per 4 kilowatt hours per mile. So 120 miles, he's spending 480 kilowatt hours per day. Now let's also be very technical, right? So 480, remember 480. In 1 year is 52 weeks. He works 5 days a week. That's 260 days throughout the year. Multiply that by 480 kilowatt hours every single day. Oh, let me correct that. Was it kilowatt hours?
But
So he's using four point. So that the 4 watts. I apologize. It's 4 watts. 4 kilowatt hours is 4,800, right? So therefore, you do zero 0.04 watts times that by 120 miles. So he's spending about 4.8 kilowatt hours per day. So you multiply that by the days that he works, which what did we say was it was 52 weeks, 5 days. That's 260 days, right? So 260 multiply that by was it
all I remember is the 480, man.
8. He's using only he's only using 1,248 kilowatt hours throughout the year to power his Tesla.
What does that mean? I mean, as far as numbers, like what? I don't know how much.
Okay,
I mean, so
let's take
so
this
to wrap it all, you come in, you analyze their power bill, and you basically said, all right, if I can push out this much power to you, and cover that particular power that you're using,
correct,
at the end of the year, hopefully you don't use it all. You get a credit back, and
correct,
I can save you this much for which is the number you'll be paying 164 a month. That's pretty much what you're
correct.
saying, and
Yep,
that's it. Pretty much that is it.
that's it. And the
Holy
and the best
shit!
part,
Yeah,
where that a lot of customers don't understand is that especially here in PG&E territory, for
yeah,
the past 10 years, on average, they've been increasing 15% per year.
yeah.
So the savings continue to save more as year goes by because now every time PG&E increases, it doesn't affect you.
Now, what is it? What does that entail as far as like warranty and stuff like that? If I don't know,
The warranty now is a lot better than when they first started, right?
yeah.
So
So it's
I, you
25
know,
years. I mean, dude, that's 25 years of just. I mean,
I'm
is
kind of
it?
like a dinosaur when it comes to solar, right? I kind of saw all the shift and the change, and every single year has been getting better, right?
Yeah,
But at the same time, I don't want to discourage people to feel like, oh, if I keep waiting, it's going to continue to get better,
yeah.
right? It's like saying, oh, should I buy a Tesla now or should I keep waiting until it gets better? It's
Well,
like if it's good now, buy now,
I'm just
right?
saying, like, what if it fails? Like, does it fail often? Those
So
panels?
technology are always bound to fail, right?
Yeah.
It's technology.
But
Um,
what's this fail rate? Is it like I don't know,
it
10% that
depends
they
on the
die?
product that you use. For us, luckily, we haven't had very much issues with that because we tend to use the more high quality equipment so that we don't run into that. Yeah, it is a little bit more pricier, but at the same time, it saves the hassle of us having to go out and service the system. It also gives the customer a peace of mind that they got a product that's not going to keep breaking down them, keep
Like,
having
what?
a.
Give me a product name. Like, what do you
So
like?
let's use
Let's
Solar
get a
Edge.
Tesla, right? Let's get a Tesla roof.
Man, I mean, their marketing is so high on that, but I don't know much about Tesla solar
Yeah.
roofs, so I can't really comment on
Okay,
it.
so give me something that what you
Let's
guys.
use Solar Edge for example, right? Solar Edge
Yeah.
is an inverter. Solar Edge was a very popular brand. What we call as an optimizer, and I didn't like it because last year we had a lot of issues with their inverters, not because of how we installed it, but the way that it was reading the information back to us when we're monitoring the system,
Oh,
right? So
I mean, I'm just asking for like, what's the failure rate? I mean, does it fail often? Like in 25
no,
years, I mean,
I
we're
would
talking about
say it's
like,
not. I would
like,
say probably about less than 3% will
oh,
fail.
dude, that's nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. Okay, cool. So, all
Yeah,
right. So, like, okay, what if like I don't know, like we live in a hurricane. I live in Florida, right? There's hurricane
that's the
comes.
one thing that I don't know. You know, solar was very big in Florida,
Yeah,
but it's about to get its drawback because Florida just passed a law that they're getting rid of NIM, net energy metering,
yeah, yeah.
which that is actually bad,
Okay,
right? Because that means the utility companies are not going to give you credit for the power that you don't use.
right, right. Cool.
Yeah, so I I don't know what's going to happen in Florida, but the only way to fix that now in Florida is batteries.
Gotcha. And I
Yeah,
mean, how much battery do we need, right?
like one a lot at most two. When it comes to residential, most average homes is going to be one. But if you're like a big house and you use a lot of power, and let's say if in this case you're bigger than a 10 kilowatt system, you're probably going to need at least two batteries.
Cool. So guys, you guys just joined. We're talking about solar industry, right? So Robert here, he's kind of like partnership with his home company. We're just talking about solar in general because I don't know anything about solar right now. But you guys have any questions? Go ahead and comment below. I do see a few questions here. We'll get to you guys on that. I just want to get just the gist of it because I don't know anything about it. So just so we get a quick idea of it, and then we'll talk about how he runs his business and how he makes tons of money doing it. so okay, so we got the gist of it, right? So this is just great. So you use Solar Edge as the item you guys sell, and dude, I mean that's great. What do you have that at your house right now as well? Solar?
Yes, I have solar in my house. The unfortunate thing is that I didn't get to install it. California passed a law that every new home has to come with
Yeah.
solar. So when I bought my house, it came with solar.
Okay, cool. Oh, really? Brand new house?
Yeah, yeah,
Holy cow.
yeah.
Is it
So I
like
bought a brand new house and it came with solar.
wow, okay, cool. So I mean, what are your power savings? I mean, what's your monthly bill right now then?
Actually, I don't have a bill. Yeah,
What,
yeah.
really, you don't have a bill? Because it's
I
good.
just
I
pay.
guess
So
is it
they
because it's
put me
already
on a
included
fixed.
within the build?
Yeah, so they gave me a fixed rate of 21 cents a kilowatt for my system, which is kind of high. But if you want to buy the house, you got to take the rate that they're giving you, right? 21 cents is still better than PG&E, but if I've never sold any of my clients a rate that high ever before.
But do you have that payment for the solar company? I guess at all? No.
Do Yes, I do. I don't have the bill on me, but
Okay,
it's
so you
probably
are
like
paying.
it's like $60 a month.
Oh, okay, so you are paying the solar company, even though they put it as part of a new build, right? They put it as a new bill for the house. You're still paying the solar company $60 a month for it,
Correct.
right? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
which is like a
Wow.
lot cheaper than what I would be paying PG&E.
Wow, yeah, that's still cheaper, right? So,
Yeah.
right, cool. So, right, so great. Man, dude, that's so much. Okay, so if a sales guy was to come to me and say, "Hey, man, you want solar? What should I look out for?"
The main thing, especially here in the Hmong community, that's been they feel like they got cheated or lied to, right? The biggest thing you got to look for right now is the offset. You have to understand that they're making a system big enough to where you don't have to owe utility company at the end of the year. Because let's say they want to, they want you to sign up. Let's say they do 70%, right? Offset. And and you're looking at the bill like, oh crap, the bill is so cheap. You sign up, and at the end of the year, you're gonna end up owing PG&E or your
Yeah.
utility company because you didn't get enough power, right? So that's the biggest issue in the industry right now is understanding the offset.
So what should you target? What's the target you should shoot for? Is there a target? Did you say 100% offset
No,
target?
I will always give a minimum 120%.
Okay, so shoot for
Minimum.
that.
Yeah. Shoot for a minimum 120%.
Okay, cool. What's the next thing? I mean, 25 years seems kind of long. I mean, I don't know if I'll stay at my house. I mean, most people stay in their house for like 10 years or less. I
Correct.
mean,
So, and that's the beauty of it, right? And that's why I actually like the new contract that came out 30 years, for example, because the thing about us millennials today compared to like our parents, right? Our parents they could squat in a house for 10, 20, 30 years and never leave.
right.
We under us on the other hand, we understand business. We understand that we buy a house, we flip house, don't hold on to a house forever, right? When the market is good, sell, take your profit. And so, for example, in this case, it's like if I did 30 years, my monthly payment is lower. And on top of that, I got to keep the tax credit, right? For example, and right now
Yeah.
the tax credit is 26%. So I get a pocket 26%. And even 5 years from now, I sell my house, the rate is gonna be better for the new homeowner than them signing up with PG&E anyways, right?
Oh, okay.
And I got to keep the tax credit.
So what would you shoot
Does that
for?
make sense? What is
Well,
it?
how many years will you shoot for?
If I was to do my house right now, I would shoot for 30 years because I want to save as much as possible I can right now. And I know that this house is not my forever house.
So what that
Save the
does is
most I can.
that compresses your monthly payment, right? So it'd be really
Correct.
small, right? That's what you're trying to
Correct.
say. Yeah.
If 25 years and 30 years, it saves me an additional 20, $30 a month. Why not? 5 years from now, I made that additional savings. It adds up, and I sold my house.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
still good for the new homeowner. The new homeowner didn't get screwed over with that contract. I save as much as I can in that 5 years, and I got to keep the tax credit.
Nice. Nice. That's a great tip. Would you guys like that? You guys like that? Give them a thumbs up on that one. Man,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
So
That's cool. Wow, there was a question right here. What if a customer moves out there? Can they take their solar system with them? Are they still under contract?
yes, yes, yeah. There's two options. One, you can take it with you, depending on what contract you do. If you do a lease, you cannot take it with you, okay? But if you do a PPA, which is a power purchase agreement, or ownership, you can take it with you if you like. However, I'll always tell my client this every single time: don't take it. Leave it with the house because it already builds value to the home. And second, when you buy a new house that don't have solar, put solar on it and get the tax credit again,
God damn.
right? If you take the system with the old system, you can't get the tax credit again. And the tax
I
credit is
see.
still there. Right now it's 26%. So you sell the house, get a new system, get a tax credit again. Take advantage of it.
Wow. So what's the credit again? How much credit are you getting currently? 2,500, you said?
26%.
26%
26% of what the system costs.
of system. What's the normal system cost? Average.
Man, here in Central Valley, because it's hot, a lot of power, I would say the
Yeah.
average is like 50,000.
50K. So how much would that be like
Yeah.
a month? Like
50K,
just an average. We're talking about
like less than $200 a month.
wow. Okay.
You're talking
That's
about
pretty close
25
to what
years.
my power bill is though.
Interest rate is 199.
Yeah. Well, if my power bill is about $200 a month, well, it was about $300 a month, give or take,
Your
depending
bill,
on it.
no. So then, just give you the rule of thumb for us right now in central in here in PG&E territory. We're cutting your bill anywhere between 50 to 70%
Okay.
because our average rate is high, right? It's 38 cents right now. So there's more savings for us. When I was in the Midwest, I was looking at the utility bill, right? So the rate that I give most of my clients, the average rate you're looking at probably about like 8 to 10 cents a kilowatt. That's really what it is, right? So you're talking about 38 cents to like 8 to 10 cents, I cut your bill by almost
Yeah,
60 to 70%, right?
I
But
hear you.
in Midwest, the average rate was like 14 to 15 cents. So yeah, is there still savings? Yes, but it just is the savings dramatic enough for the customer to be like, oh, this is a no-brainer,
Yeah,
right?
and you'll get the
That
evaluation when
makes
the
sense.
sales guys look at your bill and stuff like that. He'll give you a
Yeah,
number.
like in the Midwest, if I come to you and say, hey, let's say your average rate there in Florida is 15 cents, right? And I
Yeah,
come and I'm like, hey, Chai, I'm saving you 25% on your utility bill. You're gonna be like, yeah, do I really want to put something on my roof to save 25%, right?
yeah.
Whereas here, because the utility bill is so expensive, hey, Chai, I'm saving you 50 to 70% of your utility bill. It's almost a no-brainer to say, let's do it, right?
So so what do you got shingle roof and stuff like that, right? What I mean, should you get your roof replaced before you? I mean, these are like 25-year contracts and stuff like that. I mean,
Correct. So we perform what's called a site audit, right? Where we still send one of our technician to come out to check your roof. It's like a free estimate where we check your roof, making sure that it's still in good pre-condition. Now, you also got to remember that the 25-year warranty, right? It also warranties your roof where the solar system touches. So let's say we put panels on your entire south side, the
yeah,
warranty covers your south side where we perform work. But if we don't touch the north side, and if you have a leak or whatever, we're not covering it because we didn't touch it, right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
we'll touch wherever it is. And if let's say, hey, you're like, hey, Robert, I need to replace my roof. Well, right now we'll probably charge you like a $1,500 fee, which is like very minimal work.
yeah.
Which is going to cost me more money to send my installers out to remove your system, reinstall it, and we have to redo all new wirings and nuts and bolts and everything too. And that's what we call BOS, right? Balancing of systems. Balancing of systems are actually pretty expensive, but because if you're a long-term customer of ours, we're willing to take the hit so that way you could renew your roof and then we'll install the solar system back on the roof.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right, cool, man. So, I mean, dude, I learned so much. I mean, I didn't know if that was the case. Oh, wow. So, as
Yeah.
far as I know, I think there was let's get into the business aspects, right? So, you're just I
Okay.
mean, this is just being a sales guy. You don't do that no more, right? You're more of an officer now, right? Like a
Correct. You know, believe it or not, I actually made more money while I was a sales guy than
yeah.
actually being the owner of my company. It's crazy,
Well,
but
tell us your position because I think somebody here had a question right here, just out of curiosity,
oh, okay.
in
I
regards
I'm
to
a
your
co-founder. I'm
yeah,
a co-founder of the company. In terms of we are a C corporation, so we do have a board. Currently, under the board, I'm chairman, and I do make the schedule. I do handle and run majority of the board meetings. We go with what is called Robert's rule, right? Robert's rule is not just because my name is Robert, it doesn't mean it's my rule, but there's actually a rule called Robert's rule where you make votes and you go yay or nay and stuff like that. So we try to implement that in terms of our board. I'm also an executive on the team, so I'm not the CEO. I'm actually currently the CSO. So I'm the Chief Strategic Officer. Because I've been in the industry for so long, I kind of understand how the market is going, and I strategize every day, not just to make our processes better, but kind of guide us towards our vision and our goal of the company, so that way we don't forget why we're in business.
tell us where the market is going with solar because I know Biden comes in, right? And they want everything
Um,
green, right? How's this industry? I bet this industry is it's lit right now. It's
it,
growing so
it,
fast. Is that right?
Yeah, so solar is growing so fast right now. Well, not just solar, but energy in general, right? The one thing that I feel like a lot of people they don't realize, right? It's, energy and tech are the two biggest industries right now. Like, let me ask you this, Chai: who's the richest man alive right now?
Uh,
Elon Musk, right?
I would think that Amazon guy.
No, Jeff Bezos. Well, same thing. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. They're in tech. The tech industry right now is like, from the last time I checked a year ago, the tech industry was a $4.5 trillion industry, right? So that means the market is huge. There's money in that market. And right now, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos is capitalizing on it. That's why they're growing so big and they're making so much money. Now, the energy, right? The one thing that I love about the energy space is global, right? Energy is global. So globally, the industry is almost double the tech industry. It's almost a
Wow.
$9 trillion industry,
Gotcha, gotcha.
right?
Yeah,
And
that explains a
I'm
lot.
going to explain a little bit about the products I do later that are international, so that everybody will understand what I'm talking about when I say globally and why it's growing so fast.
Well, I mean, it's already the president's policy, so I know that it's I'm just curious. I'm just trying to get some stock tips right here, man. So, so I just need you to confirm that yeah, solar is gonna keep growing. So I want to jump in my green energy stocks.
Solar is definitely going to keep going. It's a very good industry. There's a lot of money to be made in it.
So that's what I
And
say.
if you're
This
talking
is
about,
good for you right now, right? Because it's
yes,
growing.
very
Yeah.
good. And
So
we're growing very fast right now too.
So yeah, guys, don't take this his advice or anything. I'm just asking for me. So that's awesome, bro. Awesome. So being a business owner, like, dude, what's you're a business guy now, right? So you're not. How hard is it right now just being a business guy? I mean, are you managing
It's
the
a
employees
lot.
at all? Are you managing
It's a
employees?
lot. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Especially right now, we're going through growing pains of like rapid growth. Like we literally just 3x our company uh,
Yeah.
recently, and we're growing dramatically. We're hiring. We're looking to hire more staffs, and we're
What's
expanding to. We plan to expand to other states as well.
what's the
And
biggest
so
pain point
we're
right
just
now?
going through those
Just
growing pains where now I've always been a guy where it's like I want my weekends off. It has to be with family no matter what, right? There has to be time with family. And
yeah,
recently, for like the past month, like I haven't been getting my weekends off,
yeah.
right? I'm having to put more than 12 plus hours a day right now because we're going so fast and we're having to change our processes and we're having to create a ton of more automation so that life will be easier for our staffs. We're getting staffs that are frustrated and they're angry because now it's changing and they're not used to the process, and we're having to it's like we're handling damage control, right? Like letting them know, hey, once this comes in, it's gonna make life easier for you. In the meantime, you gotta adapt and be okay with it and everything. So it's a mess, but at the same time, it's also a good thing, right? It's
Gotcha.
also a good thing.
So the biggest pain point right now is what? Just growth, right? Growth is good,
Yeah,
but sometimes it's
it
just
is
managing
good.
it,
The
right?
biggest pain point right now is fixing the automation.
Got
Fixing
it.
the automation and making sure that all your management team is on board and also aware of the changes on all the automation.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Cool. So I mean, dang, what are you guys projecting as far as in like revenue this year?
Um, so like the current volume that we're doing right now, let me just kind of give a example. Let's just
You guys like
say
this?
on.
You guys like this kind of stuff? Give us a few thumbs up, man. He's spilling out his beans on his business here. We got a real hustler here, that's managing a company here. So if you guys like this, give us a
We're
few thumbs up.
I would say on average right now, 3 to 4 million in revenue on a monthly
Wow.
basis. And remember, we're growing. We're having a ton of sales organizations that wants to join us right now, but we're trying to take it slow because we don't want to take on more than we can chew, right? But our goal in the next 12 months is that we actually want to try to hit $100 million in revenue. So that is literally our goal right now. Um, I feel like we are on track in terms of sales and bring in the revenue. But we have to think strategically on how to maneuver our CRMs. Are we going to have to change it to a better CRM so that way we can handle the growth? Do we have to add on more tools and more automation to make things smooth? And we understand what's most important is making automation super easy for our sales organization, so that way everything is like easy, like stupid,
Yeah,
dumb,
yeah.
easy.
Well, at the
Anybody
end
can
of the
just
day, what is
do it.
it? They always say it's about what people, process, and products, right? And then
Yes,
if you
yes,
guys, uh,
processes and
and that's what you guys are struggling on. It's just the process because you're trying to get it to work to get everything smooth.
correct, because
So
we're overflowed right now, right? So process and automation, that's the biggest key thing for growth. And then it's like there's a lot of other things when it comes to business, right? You got OKRs and you got KPIs. That's what we also use in terms of how we improve our management team and our leadership growth,
yeah, yeah.
right?
I know
So
we were talking about that the other day. I'm like, dude, I have no clue what that is, but yeah, I mean, whatever. That sounds more like a manager thing to me.
yes, yes. KPI is a key process indicator, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, for example, we're a sales company. So KPIs allows a manager, for example, to set
We can
goals,
skip all that. We skip
expectations.
all that. Just skip all
Okay,
that because we're all about the hustle here. So like, if I want
okay,
to be a sales
okay.
guy, and I want to duke it out, be like a solar sales guy, how much money can I make?
We have some reps right now who are averaging between $7,000 to $10,000 a week.
Damn, that's
Uh, You want to
that's
know how I started my
crazy.
company?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I came to the point in about 6 years of my experience in solar. At that point in my life, I was making over six figures a month.
Damn.
I was
What?
grinding
Yeah.
and like saving up money because I was like, I want to start my own company eventually, but I want to have money to where if I can't pay myself and I have to let my company grow, I can still cover my bills,
Dude,
right?
that's. I mean, what's the lowest guy that's getting paid right now?
The lowest guy, I would still say at least 4 grand a
Oh,
month.
jeez. And this is California, right? So
Just California,
this
yeah.
is still pretty. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's good for California, but that's still. I mean, that's decent.
Um, I see
You
where
know.
Go New is asking who's our biggest competitors and what product services do you offer that gives you an edge over your competitors. Our biggest competitor today, I would say, is Sunrun, because Sunrun literally just bought out the second biggest company, which is Vivid. So they are literally Goliath in the industry right now, and their company is based out of a ton of investors, right?
Yeah.
So that's why they have so much money. It's hard to compete against someone like that. Now, in terms of products and services, right? Um, that's where you have the edge, right? Is that we're local here in California. We do our best to serve our customers first before anything. We try to make sure that we keep a very strategic way of keeping our sales rep to never do any shady deals in the industry. So, for example, we do a lot of welcome calls, is what we call it in our company. Where if let's say Chai sold a deal, my back office still calls the customer and go over the contract with the customer, making sure that they knew what they signed up for, right? Because a lot of companies don't do that, and a lot of reps get away with doing shady stuff in the industry, and that's what puts a very bad name in the industry and makes
Mhm.
life harder for people like us who are trying to be honest and trying to help our clients.
Gotcha. 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 What do you say majority of your sales are coming from? Is it just door knocking, or is it just from
Right
like,
now, we are 100% door knocking.
wow? I didn't think that still works these days. I guess that still works.
We have over 100 plus sales reps. We have a lot of what we call dealers as well, right? Like sales organizations where they come and sell for us, and that's why we're doing so much volume right now. And that's why there's those growing pains that we're going through right now. But we're managing it, which is a good which is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome, man. Kudos to you, man. Thanks for coming on. Just telling you just about your business. You know, yeah. Let's see.
Vivint partners. They partner with other companies too. Because Vivint, I'm answering David Lowe's
Oh, Dave.
question.
Yeah.
Because Vivint has their own product. They have their own lease, right? They call Vivint Lease. But I can tell you this right now. I was a Vivint dealer installer, meaning we had the option to sell their product, but I did not like it whatsoever. Their product, in my opinion, sucked. It was actually not. I don't think it was good for the customer. The contracts were very vague, right? The contracts doesn't. It skips out a lot of things, which allowed sales reps to do a lot of shady business with customers. So that was the biggest thing why I did not like their contract. The contract
Gotcha.
didn't even state what rate you're giving the customer. I could literally tell you, oh, I got you 14 cents, but I signed a freaking contract that said 21 cents, right? And then now when you start getting your payment, you got screwed.
How do you miss that? I mean, it's in the contract, right?
Man, I feel
Is it
like
just
I feel like
bad sales guy?
well, because Vivint was a very big sales organization,
Yeah.
So to me, I felt like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They just didn't care.
Okay. All right. We won't get so deep into it, but I see where you're coming from there. All
Yeah.
right, guys. Man, dude, there's so much info about this, but we're getting close to wrap up time. But dude, how can people get a hold of you?
I mean, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mind giving my phone number on. Well, give my phone number on here, but like I would say, text me first. Don't blast me because my phone is always ringing. I'm always having to deal with my staffs and stuff. So
We'll
my
put
number
your
is
we'll put your
oh,
Facebook
put my
on the
number
show
on
notes
yeah,
there.
put my number on
So
the show. Yeah.
you guys have questions, you want to know how to. I mean, he's not a sales guy anymore. He's more of a business guy. So if you guys, you know, need some guidance from a business guy, this guy's really knowledgeable. I mean, I don't even know what KPM is. Or KPI, whatever you call it.
KPI.
But he's doing all these business strategies going on here. So yeah,
Oh, man.
dude, great stuff, man. I mean, I don't think we ever had a somebody who's running like $1 million corporation here on my show. So this is good stuff, right, man?
Yeah.
What do
We're
you got
doing
going
really
on?
good right
Anything go? Any goals you got coming on that you have
now.
shortly?
The goal. I mean, we're working on some projects that are internationally, right? We're trying to build solar farms in other countries, such as Mexico, for example. So this I've already flew to Mexico once. I'm actually might have to fly back to Mexico again because a few people there are ready for us. I will be flying to Peru, Argentina, Chile, and Panama, and a few of those countries. I'm actually flying there to meet with the president of that country in terms of building solar farms there. So I'm actually very excited. And that's my biggest thing, right? Is that I don't want to just work in those countries in South America, but I want to be able to expand to the European countries and in Asia, and also be able to go back and help my parents' home country, right? Us Hmong people, our home country, Thailand and Laos. If we could bring solar there and power those poor countries that have no power, can you imagine, right? Kind of
Gotcha.
doing what Akon's doing now, right? Hey, he's bringing power to Africa, right?
Yeah.
Who do we
Yeah.
have that's bringing power to the Asian countries?
Or like
No one.
Elon bringing internet to these remote areas. So
Yeah, but those poor countries with no power, no internet, right?
exactly, dude. I don't know how you guys
So
do it. So cool stuff, man. Yeah, great. It was great having you. Thanks for being a true hustler. Showing the Hmong community that you're grinding out every day. Um, last words. We usually ask our guests. This last question is, tell us something you learned about money.
the one thing I learned about money is that when you actually make money, if you know how to leverage it, you can leverage it to make more money. But just don't blind yourself in terms of why you're in that industry. Don't get into industry for the money. If you do, you're gonna fail. So
Nice. Nice. Hope you guys understand that. I totally understand that. So if you don't, message him. Any last words, bro?
I just want to say, Chai, thank you for having me, and to all the Hmong hustlers out there, keep hustling, keep grinding, and I would love to hear more about all the future Hmong hustlers that are succeeding as well.
Awesome, guys. And Laura says, thank you. You're awesome. This is awesome. So thanks for coming on the show, bro. Until then, guys, keep hustling. All right, guys. Good
Yep.
night.
Good night.